So I botched up my last live stream so badly. I'm trying to get around this. Let's see, first off, see if I can. Hopefully that took care of the echo. I think it did. Holy crap. I'll get used to this. All I was wanting to show off was how the feedback loop goes back into sending a light signal back to the push. So basically you're taking MIDI from your input channel here and pushing it back out to the push. Hopefully you can see, oh, you can't really see that from here. But we go into user mode on the push. Oh, I've got to switch back to here. So this is all I was showing from here, is that we've got a channel in monitoring coming from the instrument rack from channel 1, and then sending MIDI back out to the user port on the Ableton push. So if we weren't in user mode, obviously we'd have, you know, the standard rack that you'd expect to see. But in user mode now, we can actually get the feedback from the first channel. Now the first channel holds the drum rack, and it basically has all these myriad, and in my case right here, a myriad of samples and synths that I built. Like in the case of this FM8 synth here, it's just basically a wobble or a, you know, wow bass that serving strictly that purpose. You get the picture. So that's handling the sound part of it, and then as far as the actual visual effect, well, let me go back to the sound here. In my chain, you get to the chain by breaking out in the drum rack. You use that guy right there. In my chain, I can see that we're mapped up to C#1, which is where I'm at right now. I'm at the bottom of the octave here, or next to bottom. So I can see here we're assigned on C1 here. If I expand this out, oops, I already had it expanded out. I can see that I've got another chain broken out where I have the colors that color information that I'm sending back to the push. Okay. And they're all locked into the same key. I'm sure there's an easier way of doing this, but you know, this is the way I figured out how to do this. One thing to note is when I'm making certain that I'm controlling the color, put the velocity in here, basically to keep the sensitivity out. So in places where I didn't put the velocity, fluctuation of color depending on how hard I hit the key. And of course, in this case, I want it to make certain that it's showing the entire time. Then the way I'm controlling it here is we have the color being mapped by the velocity here. We start from the pitch to get it to the right. So these are pitches basically, and we're starting from here, so we want 58 steps ahead of that, and then we map out a chord to give the colors. So in this case, I only needed the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes. So I've got the original note, and then I've got the additional 5 other notes, and those are handled by just a simple MIDI chord here within Ableton. Okay. So I mean, just to kind of prove the point, if I move this guy, you can see it move around the board, opposed to it being here And yeah, there's a little bit of like trial and error, just some mathematics. And I made it, I think it was getting into it at a certain point. I came up with the wintertime fin here. I decided that I had better come up with some sort of equation to pull it off a little more smoothly. But that's really the whole meat and gist of it. Now, hopefully this video is way better to watch and none of you even bothered watching the other video, because that would be, traumatic for your ears, I'm pretty certain. Alright, everybody have a good, happy new year, have fun, be safe, do everything I wouldn't do, do some that I would do, take care of yourselves, bye.